Hi friends. Okay, today we're doing another little video and we're having a chat about how to use pins safely. So we're learning this because it's pretty important to use pins safely. We don't want to get hurt because pins are sharp. Okay, so we need to make sure we're knowing exactly what we're doing. We don't want to get hurt. Now, pinning is a pretty essential part of sewing. It's going to hold all of our pieces of fabric together when we are sewing. And the pinning stops the fabric from moving around. Okay, so if we were to just sew this one under the machine, the fabrics could all move around and it would just make for a really messy project. So we need to use our pins safely. We need to store our pins in a safe place like a pin cushion, and if we don't have a pin cushion, then we need to use a container or somewhere safe to keep them, that they're not going to roll around and fall on the floor. If we do drop a pin, we need to stop what we're doing, pick it up and put it in our pin cushion or in our container. It's really important to make sure we're not leaving pins around. We do not want to stand on one of these. They are very sharp. So to get started, we've got our project in front of us. We need to make sure our workspace is clear and that we've got a clean flat surface. So here's our clean flat surface ready to go. Now let's have a look at pinning the pattern to the fabric, ready to cut out. Okay, so this is what we want to cut out. We're going to lay it on top of the fabric, close to the sides. We don't want to waste any fabric. And we're going to get one of our pins in one hand. We're going to hold our fabric with the other. We're going to put the point of the pin into the pattern, push it through, slide it along the desk, lift it a little bit, and push it all the way through. And we've got a pin in. Let's see that again. Going to have a pin in one hand, hold the pattern with the other hand, push it through, slide it along the desk. I'm going to lift it a little bit and push it through the other side. Just like that. And that keeps the pattern in place while we're cutting around. Next, have a look at what we need to do if we're going to be pinning two pieces of fabric ready to sew. So first of all, let's line up our fabric so that our edges are together. It's all laying exactly how we want to sew it. And we want to sew down this side. So we're going to get one of our pins. We're going to go to the top of where we want to sew. We're going to poke it in, slide it along the desk, lift it and push it through. And we've got one in there. Let's do it again. Same sort of thing. We're going to pin near where we want to sew. Poke our pin into the fabric. This hand here is going to hold this fabric nice and taut for us. We want the tension in the fabric so that when we poke it in, we can lift it a little bit and slide the pin through. The reason we hold the fabric with this hand is if we don't hold the fabric and if we just try to pin, we can't actually do it. We need to keep this hand on the fabric. It keeps it nice and taut and in position, and we can slide our pin in, lift, and keep sliding through. So it's really important that this hand is holding your fabric still. Okay, so your learning activity for today is to actually find yourself some pins and using any sort of fabric, even if it's just a tea towel, if it's a t-shirt, any sort of fabric, and we're just going to practice putting the pin in, sliding it through, lift, and continue. Have a go. See you next time.